Everything seems like it's more expensive these days, but the cost hitting many Valley residents the hardest is the soaring price of rent.
And 13 Action News anchor Trisha Keene spoke with one local woman facing nearly $600 rate hike.
I was absolutely livid. I mean, just livid.
Kathy's Historic recently came home to a notice on her door. She currently pays more than $1,100 a month for her one-bedroom apartment near Russell Road in the 95. But after March, her rent is going up, way up.
I couldn't even think straight. I really couldn't.
That's because if Kathy wants to continue living here, she'll have to pay an extra $590 per month.
I understand the market. I totally get that. I totally understand, things are going to go up and rent does go up, but that's just too much of an increase too fast.
So Kathy reached out to us here at 13 Action News. She wanted to know, is this even legal?
There are no rent control laws in Nevada. Landlords are able to increase the rent to as much as the market will bear.
Taylor Altman is an attorney with the Consumer Rights Project for the Legal Aid Center of Southern Nevada. She says Kathy isn't alone.
There are lots of renters we've been hearing from all over the valley who have been telling us that their landlords are raising rent.
The good news is landlords can't raise the rent during your lease. They must provide a 60-day notice if they plan to increase rent once the lease is up. A 60-day notice is also required for month-to-month renters, and week-to-week tenants must get at least 30 days written notice.
If someone is really struggling to pay their rent, there is help out there. There's rental assistance. For example, there's the CHAP program.
The CHAP, or CARES Housing Assistance Program, provides up to 15 months of back rent for tenants struggling to pay rent due to pandemic-related hardships.
Another thing they can do, of course, is negotiate, and especially emphasize that they've been a good tenant for a number of years, paid rent on time, make a case for themselves.
Altman says the other thing you should do is write to your local representatives about creating rent control laws in Nevada. As for Kathy, she spoke with her property management, but they're not lowering their rent hike.
I don't want to leave. I don't.
But you're going to have to move.
I'm going to have to move, yeah. At least if I buy my own place, nobody can raise my monthly, mortgage.
For 13 Action News, I'm Trisha Keene.
If you have any questions regarding evictions, tenant rights, or housing issues, be sure to contact the Legal Aid Center. That number is 702-386-1070. We also have more information at ktnv.com/tenant rights.